Hey everyone, it's low carbon keto nutrition specialist Amy Berger from 2itnutrition.com bringing you, yet again, keto without the crazy. All right, let's see. Matters to discuss before we get into today's very important topic. Check out links below to all the stuff I'm about to mention. Number one, the Stall Slayer Masterclass. I wrote a book called The Stall Slayer, which you can find a link to below. It is specifically about breaking fat loss stalls on low carb or ketogenic diets. And if you, whether or not you've read the book, if you feel like you need help, you are stuck and you are doing what you are certain are all the right things, and that stubborn fat is not budging, check out the Stall Slayer Masterclass. It's going to be starting, if I recall, first week of September. So get that on your calendar. Sign up for the mailing list or the wait list so that you will get notified when it's available. You can't actually purchase the course now, but you get on the wait list, so that way when it opens up, you get notified and you just get into the class. Okay, that's that. Next thing I want to bring your attention to is I have two links below in the notes about products that I really like. And both of these products I am not an affiliate for, in that they give me money. There's no sponsorship. Nobody pays me to mention any of this. If you ever hear me talk about a product or share a product with you, it's something that I use in my life. I like it. I trust it. I stand by it. If it ever is an affiliate and I'm getting like a couple of cents for it, I'll let you know. These, I don't get money, but I do get a discount on some stuff or some free stuff if people buy through me. So not getting cash, but getting more product, which should help you understand that I really do only talk about products that I actually like, because if I didn't like the product, I'd rather have the cash, right? Anyway, the one is People's Choice Beef Jerky, which I think I did a whole unboxing video on that I'll link to. Sugar-free, zero sugar beef jerky. And I just added a link to LMNT. I'm sure most of you probably have seen this product before. It's called LMNT, but it's LMNT. It's an electrolyte supplement that you don't need to do a ketogenic diet to use extra electrolytes, but many of us really like to get a little bit of extra sodium, some magnesium, potassium. And there are 3 people who own this company as far as I know, and I know all 3 of them personally. I like all 3 of them personally. I think they are some of the few remaining people in the keto world that have honorability and honesty and integrity. And so I stand by them personally and professionally. And I do want to point out that the quote unquote recipe for their electrolyte product, they were giving this out for free for years. This is the Keto Gains, ketogains.com. They were finding that many of their members needed a lot more sodium and magnesium too, but mostly the sodium, than they were typically getting. And they had a recipe for how to do this for pennies. You go get yourself a giant sack of salt, get yourself some magnesium citrate, get yourself some potassium chloride for pennies, mix it up, there you go. They created this product because their fans were like literally begging them to make this. They were like, I know that I could buy a 50-pound sack of this online for 99 cents. Just make it for me and I'll buy it. Take my money, please, And the nice thing is, though, that when the guys from LMNT did that, they put flavoring in it. So they do have a plain one. I don't want to talk about this too much because I will talk about it more in the future. I just want to let you know they have like several different flavors. This box is salty AF, if you know what I mean. It's pricey. I'm not going to lie to you. It is pricey. But what you're paying for is the convenience, the purity. You're getting a really good product with these guys. And it's every pack is pretty much the same. It's 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. Every flavor, they've got like, I don't know, 8 or 10 flavors now, and they're constantly coming out with more. But it's great if you sweat a lot, if you're an athlete. They have fruit flavors. It's gonna sound weird, there's a chocolate salt. You put this in coffee, your life is forever changed, and you are welcome for that little pro tip. They have watermelon, they have orange, raspberry, citrus. Grapefruit is already sold out. It was a limited time. I didn't even get my hands on a pack of the grapefruit. They've got 2 spicy ones. They've got a mango chili and a lemon habanero, which are, if you like just a little kick, a little heat, just put it in your water. I mean, most of these you would just put in water or a protein shake maybe. If you are a cocktail fan, a sugar-free keto cocktail fan, perfect. These spicy mango, who wouldn't want that on a little keto cocktail? All right, that's all I'll say about that. There's links in the notes to the LMNT and to the People's Choice Beef Jerky. Again, the reason I have this stuff is because I use it and I stand by it. Okay, now, the issue today, I don't even know which topic I want to talk about. I have 2 on my list that are pressing to get to. Let's do actions versus outcomes. How about that? Actions versus outcomes. Now, if you are doing a low carb or ketogenic diet, I'm just going to go out on a wild limb, like take a wild guess, and I'm going to assume that you have some goal in mind. For many of you, it's probably fat loss, losing body fat. For some of you, it's fat loss and getting rid of or better controlling your type 2 diabetes or your PCOS or your migraines or your gout or your hypertension or your non-alcoholic fatty liver. I'm going to assume that you have kind of an overarching thing that you're working toward. For some of you, it might just be better overall health, or you don't have a goal, you just eat this way because you like it, you enjoy it, you think it's a really healthy way to eat. All right. Focusing specifically on the people that do have an end goal in mind. You cannot control that goal. You cannot control the outcome. I hate to break it to you. I hate to break it to you. You cannot control for certain whether or not you get there and how quickly you get there. If you have a goal weight or a goal size or a goal body fat percentage, that might be your goal. You can't control if you get there at all or how quickly you get there. And not that you can't get there, but you don't have control over. Anyway, what does this matter? Why am I even talking about this? Well, and I did a video not super long ago on why it's actually problematic to have a goal weight or a goal size. I'll link to that. So that's a whole separate video. But whatever your goal is, you can't really put a timeline on it. Let's say you want to lose 20 pounds. You cannot say, I'm going to lose 20 pounds by such and such date. You can't even say, I'm going to lose 2 pounds a week until I've lost 20 pounds. I'm going to lose X pounds a month. You can't. Well, I take that back. You can say it. You can't make it come true. We are not Cinderella's fairy godmother. We don't have a magic wand that we can just wave and poof, stuff happens. What you do have control over, what you can control, are the actions you take that stand the greatest chance of making that goal a reality. If you do want to lose 20 pounds, and you want to lose it in X time, although I hate the time goal, but whatever. You can't say, you can't control whether or not you lose that weight. What you can control is what you put in your mouth. You can control what you choose to eat. You can control how much you choose to eat. You can control when you choose to eat. And I did that video not long ago on like altering your meal time. All of those things are within your control. What's not within your control is whether you for certain get to the place you want to get to in the time frame you want to get to it. You have control over the actions and the habits and the patterns that stand the greatest chance of getting you there. So what you can't do is set out on a Sunday and journal and say, I'm going to lose 2 pounds this week. You can't do it. Well, again, you can say it. You can't make it come true. What you can control, what you can say is, I'm going to stick to my food list every day this week. I'm going to follow my plan every day this week. I'm going to stay under X number of grams of carbs per every day. I'm going to stay under this amount of fat every day. That's what you have control over, not over whether or not the ultimate outcome happens or whether it happens in the time you want it to. You can control the choices you make and the actions you perform. And the thing is, if you've got the actions correct, if your systems are sound and your method is sound, you will get there. So rather than having, there's a, I don't even like the word goal. I kind of like the word vision. You can have a vision. If you're trying to lose weight, why? What? It's because you have a vision. You can literally see in your mind, you have a vision of what you look like at that particular weight or that particular body fat percentage or that particular clothing size. You have a vision, not only of the physical, your appearance, the vision of that. You have a sense, like a palpable within you sense of how you will feel at that weight or size. That's the vision. That's the goal. You can't, the way to make that vision a reality, the way to bring that from this nebulous thing that only you can see in your own mind to the actual reality that everyone else sees too, is through your actions and your choices and the things that you do on a daily or weekly or monthly basis, whatever it is. The actions you take or the actions you refrain from taking are what are going to contribute to making that vision a reality, to making that goal come true. The magic wand that we have is the actions, is/are the actions. So I just, and I'm saying this because I'm helping out with this Adapt Your Life. We have all these courses now, and people love to beat themselves up. Like, I'm not losing any weight, I'm this and that, and I only lost 4 ounces, and this is and that's a really hard place to work from. To work back, to work from the goal backward, rather than move forward toward the goal. Meaning, well, I want to lose 20 pounds and I didn't lose any weight this week. I didn't lose any weight last week. Why don't you forget that for a minute? Make the goal, so there's the vision of you losing 20 pounds, the vision of what you look like 20 pounds lighter and, a size or 2 smaller. Then there's the goal that you do have control over making come true every day is, did I stick to my food list today? Did I stick to my plan for the previous 24 hours? Did I stay under X carb grams today? That's what you can check off the list, not did I lose 2 pounds last week? Because you can't control that. I wish you could. I wish you could. What the goal that you can work toward is performing the actions you need to perform that are most likely to make your vision a reality. Or, on the contrary, refraining from taking actions that are going to move you further away from making that vision a reality. Those are the goals you can meet or not meet. I just, hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully that frames things in a different light, because that also can be very, I think, motivating and very positive to help you stay on plan, help you stay on the path. Like, oh, well, I didn't lose any weight this week. Oh, I was. If that wasn't the goal, you didn't try to lose 2 pounds this week. What you tried to do this week was stick to the list every day, and you did that. You stuck to the food list. Or if your goal is to walk 5 days a week, maybe that has nothing to do with reaching any particular level of cardiorespiratory fitness, but you just want to get in the habit of walking every day. Did you walk every day? Yes or no? If you get to, at the end of the day, maybe you take a little 5-minute inventory before you close your eyes in bed. Did I stick to my food list? Yes. Did I get my walk in? Yes. Did I, yes. How much nicer will that feel? How much more empowering is that compared to, I didn't lose any weight this week. I was up a pound on the scale. I didn't lose any. It's an entirely different power. It's an entirely different approach. It's so much more empowering, so much more uplifting, so much more momentum giving to look at the small little bits you can control. You know, and again, if you have the actions right, if you've got the systems and the methods right, the outcome takes care of itself. If you perform the actions and you perform them consistently, or you refrain from performing the negative ones consistently, your outcome will happen. It will. It might take longer than you want it to. You know, we all have to be prepared for that. It might take longer than you want it to, but it will happen. And it won't happen because you obsessed all day, every day about losing 20 pounds. It'll happen because you did the things every day that are conducive to making it happen. So I have a little pipsqueak of notes here. Let me just make sure I covered everything. Yeah. Because, you know, there's just so much that's not within our control. Stuff happens, the kid gets sick, the car breaks down. My car battery just died the other day. Like, your car battery, sometimes you get kind of a warning, like the car will have trouble starting for a little bit. No, it was fine all day. Then I went to leave somewhere that I was at, car won't start. All right, you know, we cannot control everything that happens to us. We can only control how we react and how we navigate the world. So, you know, if your actions and your systems and your plans are not getting you to where you want to go, because you'll see you will move in the right direction. It might be very, very slow movement, but you'll move. If you're not moving at all, and I don't mean it's been 3 days and you haven't lost 4 pounds. I mean it's been like several weeks, several months, nothing is happening. Then you need to re-examine, because if your actions are not aligned with that goal, then it doesn't matter how hard you're working, you're not going to get to that goal, right? If your goal is to run a marathon and you never run, you're probably not going to make it. You're probably never going to cross that finish line if you just wake up one day and try to run a marathon. You know, you have to take the actions that are going to presumably get you there. So that's the time to bring in a coach. That's a time to bring in a nutritionist or a doctor or a support group or something. It's, you know, because you want to make sure that you do have sound systems and good methods, because if you are going to put time and effort, physical effort and mental and emotional effort, you want to make sure you're expending all this effort and energy into something conducive to getting you to making your vision a reality. You know, there's a couple of sayings about this that I've always really liked. There's different variations, but they all say the same thing. One of them is something like, it doesn't help to row harder when your boat is facing in the wrong direction. You know what I mean? You can row as hard as you want. If you're not going in the direction you want to go, you'll just get to your non-destination faster. Another variation I heard on that is, it doesn't matter how fast you climb if your ladder is propped against the wrong wall. You know, if you're trying to live up to someone else's expectations or whatever somebody else wants you to do, you're never going to be happy climbing that ladder because you're climbing the wrong ladder. So, you know, you can lose weight. You can get to your goal. Make sure the goal is realistic. And in my book, The Stall Slayer, and in our course, I mean, the book has a whole chapter on setting realistic expectations. Whatever weight you're trying to lose, whatever point you're trying to get to with your health, is that even attainable? Is it safe? You know, that's a whole other video. There's a lot of people looking for body composition goals and weight loss goals that are not even healthy. They're not even, I would not support. You know, I've had like a couple of clients over the years, like very, very small amount, but that I have politely declined to work with because I didn't think what they were trying to do was safe or healthy. And I'm just not going to be a party to that. So, you know, make sure that whatever you're trying to accomplish is safe and realistic. And then evaluate whether you think your systems and actions are appropriate for that, and then go forth and prosper. Go do it. But work from there. Work from the actions and the steps and the pieces that you have control over. Because you don't have control over the end. We hope, and presumably, again, if everything is where it needs to be, you don't have to worry about the ultimate end goal because it's going to take care of itself by virtue of you doing those actions. That's, I hope, helpful. Get your mind off of the places that's where you're failing or where you perceive to be failing. Get your mind off of the shortcomings and the like, it's not working, it's not working. What did you do right? What went well today? What went well this week? I walked my 5 days a week. I stuck to my list. I did the whatever thing you're setting for yourself. I got to the gym. I did my deadlift 3 days a week. Whatever the heck it is. That's what you want to focus on. Because it's just so much more uplifting and empowering. And it just gives you, it gives you the knowledge that you can do this. You are starting from a place of competence and confidence rather than from a place of doubt and fear, like I'm never going to make it, I've never lost that way, but. All right, I'm going to stop talking now. This is like, it's longer than I intended it to be, but it's because I was talking about LMNT. Do check out the link below. Again, I don't get any money from this. They don't sponsor me. I'm not an affiliate, but I might get a free box if you purchase some too. Is that all I have to say? Yeah. Where do I personally use this? Like I said, in the chocolate I put in my coffee. So good, so good. Don't use a whole pack in your coffee. That's going to be really salty. Go easy. You know, chefs and cooks know you can always add more. You can't take any out. So if you put too much, you can always add more coffee if you have some in the pot, but start slow, then add more. The fruit flavors, there's watermelon, there's orange, there's raspberry, there's citrus. I use those in water, just in water, or sometimes, you know, I drink a sugar-free, like a Crystal Light or some other sugar-free kind of beverage, and I'll add it to that. It's good stuff, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care.